It's Greek girl Roxy Carter here. I didn't say Carteropolis, Carteritas, and usually we always have Edisopolis, all that at our name, but hey, it's just Carter. So that's my American version of it. So I just want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Again, this is All Aboard Wisdom with Roxy Carter. I'm a life coach. I've been doing TV, radio, I'm a radio personality, teaching seminars, doing everything to do with teaching, enlightening for like 33 years. So I know what I'm talking about. So let's just jump in. And today it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be different, but it's a very important one. Okay. So today we're going to look at something involving a 3-letter word, not a 4-letter word. Those are usually bad, right? 3-letter word, and it's going to be about God. Did she just say God? Yeah, this is not a Billy Graham or anything like that conference today. No, it's just talking about how you think about God, how you feel about God, why you think like that about God, God. And I just love to address some of these God issues because there's so much going on about it, and people have so many different feelings, views, and I hear so much about this stuff. I just thought, why not address it? It's a very important theme, especially with all the stuff going on in the world. Is there a God? Do I not believe in him? Do I really believe in him? So yada, yada. So let's talk about one thing. The majority, let's look at the majority. As a life coach, I do this professionally. So I look at statistics, I look at stats, I look at all this stuff. As a life coach, I'm telling you this, the reason that a majority of people, the biggest group of people, don't really want to talk to God, or they've had enough of you say God and they do the eyeball roll. You know that one? Many of them have daddy issues. What did she say that? Yeah, every time I say, did she just say that? Yeah. When a female or a male has daddy issues, father issues, there's usually going to be issues revolving around God. Now, they mix God up with, well, if he's anything like my father, well, let's look at who your father was. Let's look like what about your dad, your daddy, your father. And when we look at this, then you're going to come to your own conclusions. I don't tell you what to believe on any of my podcasts. I give you a lot of facts. I got a lot of information for you. And then I want you to start using your old ticker your brain, I always do that because I want you to start thinking. Well, first thing, you have to say, God is not like your dad. So what kind of dads are there out there? There are the dads that are never there. They're never there. So whatever the reason they're not there, they just weren't there. So now you start to believe, now you form, well, if that's what dad is and God, they call him Father God, well, he's not going to be there either. So if your dad did not have time to talk to you, did not want to talk to you, or didn't know how to talk to you, or whatever the whole story was there, we all have a story, then you're going to believe, you're going to start to form with your brain, the way your medulla oblongata, your brain, the way everything, the front lobe of your brain, all those things, you're going to come to some conclusions that, well, if that's what a father is, I don't want no part of it. I don't need one of them, because you feel I had to get through life without one. Do you know how many people go through life without their dad and it's the mom's fault? What? Did she just say that too? Yeah, I'm telling you. I see this all the time. Divorced people take their kids away from their dad. They try to make sure the kids spend a lot of time away from them, or I don't want you to get to know your dad's side of the family. I don't want you to know anything about your dad. Like they impregnated themselves and like they had him, and I'm the one with you, so I want you to forget all about him. So the children go through life. They did not have a mix of mom and dad. You see, they never got a chance to even find out if they liked dad or didn't, because that decision was made for them. So you may have a dad that was taken away because mommy said, oh, you stay away from the big bad wolf. Well, if he really was a big bad wolf, she was protecting you. But again, when there is not a dad in the picture, many women, just to be mean or to get even with their ex or whatever, they take the kids away. The other thing is, let's see what else here I want to say here. Well, let's just say the dads, they impregnated somebody and they took off, or they were around for a little bit and poof, like a vapor, they disappeared. So you have a non-existent father. Those people are really going to have a hard time believing in God. Well, if I can't even touch and hold my own real father, okay, and he never came to look me up or care about me or whatever the deal is, then you're going to look at God the same way. And then you're probably going to come to a conclusion, well, I'm out here, I'm in this all by myself and nobody cares, nobody loves me. So you really aren't going to believe that God loves you or cares about you. So that's another one. The other one is if you feel that you were never appreciated. Let's say you were never appreciated by your dad, father, or whatever. He never really saw you. He never got to know you. He didn't appreciate you. Well, then you may look at God and say, well, why would I waste my time with him? Nobody appreciates me. If my own dad didn't appreciate me, then, what would God appreciate me for? So I'm not investing any of my time and energy into that guy. Well, by the way, God is not that guy. And it really is a little irreverent, not reverent, unholy to refer to the creator as that guy. And some people won't even call him God. That one up there, the man in the sky, or that one, or you mention the word God and they do the eyeball roll. So I just want you to understand the highest 70, 75% as a life coach, I'm telling you this, it comes from that daddying issue. So we do know that that's part of it. Also, many of you really have had it with God. You're not I don't want to talk about God. Guess what? Somebody died. Somebody died. Somebody got sick. Somebody didn't get healed. You have your panties in a twist or your shorts stuck up your rump, and you are really angry. And I'm going to be honest, I have lost some very good, dear people in my life. But see, it's the person, as you get older and as you mature, this is part of being mature. This side of the earth, everything expires, everything. If it's your dog, your cat, your pet chicken, I don't care what it is, your furniture is going to fall apart. Everything is not meant on this side to last. So when you say, God took my mother, God took my father, God took my this, God, you're just looking at target for target practice. It was every person from the minute they come to the planet, there is a time, or we call it a shelf life. It was set from before you even existed, before you had a daddy or a mommy or an auntie or anything that you had, everything has a shelf life. And it was supposed to come here. It did what it did. It shared its life, how it shared it, and it wasn't going to stay. But when we don't accept it, and that's immaturity, we refuse to accept it, somebody's going to have to be the target, and then we make it God. And then we're really mad because of that, or somebody got sick. Well, if there was God and there was prayer, then why did they not get better? Again, the body is full of organs and nothing was meant to last forever. And if you have somebody, I'm just putting it point blank. Let's say they decided they were not going to take care of their body. They're going to smoke up a storm. They're going to drink. They're going to do drugs. They're going to do all kind of stuff. They're going to be a sexaholic and they're going to get like 15 kind of STDs. They're going to give themselves AIDS. All these things are going to happen to them. And then you're going to spend your time crying and mourning because that organ, those parts of their body, they fell apart. They self-diseased themselves. The time that a person, if you're mad at God, I want you to really know this. The time a life comes in and it goes out, it's set. This is how long, this is the shelf life. How they're going to take care of their body and how they're going to go, it's up to them. Okay? So I'm just saying to you that the body was not meant to last. It is a bunch of organs and organisms. It has, these people have personalities. They are attachments, my this, my that, they have all these things. My mother, my father, my sister, my aunt, my brother, my dog, my cat. You've got to quit being mad at God because you're needing target practice. And if you realize that, life coaching would really help you to understand that is what it is. And then you could heal. You could quit being mad. And maybe then you would have a source to go to, God, and you would quit being so upset and resent him and whatever. Some people even still really upset because their parents got divorced. Well, if there was a God, how could that happen to me? It didn't happen to so-and-so. So these are things that are very important. So I will tell you, if you don't have God in your life, no matter what you have, there is going to be a lot of deeper, lonelier times in your life than you've ever had. There is a loneliness because in each person, when the Creator did make them, and I believe the Creator made them. I'm Greek Orthodox. We do our cross. I definitely believe in prayer and God. I'm not trying to turn you into anything else. Be who you are. You be you, do you. But I'm just saying to you that it is like very, very important because every human being was made with a piece inside of them, a puzzle piece, and it's God shaped. And if you choose free will, I'm not going to put that piece inside myself, then don't. But that puzzle, all those questions, that puzzle that you have going on inside of yourself, it never gets finished. I don't know if you ever were a kid or an adult and you had a puzzle and you're so frustrated because you never could find that piece and you could never put that piece together to finish the puzzle. Well, you want to call it peace, P-E-A-C-E. You want to call it P-I-E-C-E, the peace inside you or the peace inside you. The Creator made a vacuum or a shape that without it in there, it's going to be kind of like a hole in your life. So you can have money, you can have prestige, you could be famous. You could be driving a Rolls Royce. I mean, do you understand? You could have your own jets and limos, but you're going to have that empty hole inside yourself because that is something that is the God piece. Many people are going to spend their life very, very jealous. They're jealous because, well, if there was a God, why would God? There they are, very angry. God, why would God give it to them and not me? They're not a nice person. Why would he give it to them, not me? You see, I mean, jealousy will blind you even to be mad at God. So that's another thing I thought. I also want you to know that people who are narcissists have a really, really hard time believing in God because to themselves, they are God. They don't want to talk to God. They really don't want to believe anybody's nothing but a mini God but them. They are ruling everything as they're manipulators. I am God. I don't have time for God because I'm a mini God. That is what a narcissist does. That is a very important thing. Also, there are people, I will tell you right now, they will never humble themselves. They are a very arrogant, proud human being. They will not bow to nothing. They will not humble themselves to nothing. And their favorite word in all conversation is I, me, I, me, me. It sounds like they're trying out for a song or something. Me, I. And what they're doing, these people do not want to believe in a God because they don't want to think there's anything higher than themselves because we just refuse to bow to anything. The other thing is there are people. They are not ever going to be spiritually wired. It's not they don't have a soul. Everybody and everything has a soul. It's in their body and it leaves their body. And by the way, I'm going to do a podcast on this. They actually did it. No matter where in the world, they actually were able to measure when a person was dying and the soul universally, the weight of a soul when it left the body, there was the exact identical body weight loss when the soul leaves the body. So to just believe you're a body and no soul and then there's no God and all that, well, you might want to really rethink that because they all have the identical same body weight, even if it's a child all the way up to a 700-pound person. You might want to know about that. But the other thing is that, let's see, what was the last thing? People there are going to be people, they will never have a spiritual bone in their body. Anything to do with God or spirituality is going to be a joke to them. It's the butt end of a joke. They feel nothing. They have no connection, no wiring towards spiritual. So if you were really concerned about somebody in your family or loved one or your mate or whatever, your kid or whatever it is, it don't matter. You have a right that if you believe in God, please do pray for them and just say, thy will be done. You cannot twist somebody's arm to believe. But I will tell you, you can lead by example. And if you do believe in God, could you act like you believe in God? And if you say you believe in God and you do have the cha-chas to say, oh, I believe in God, the only thing I'm going to say in closing here is, could you act like it? Don't have the bumper sticker if you really can't act like it. So, just thought I would throw that out. That was my little take on God today. Many of them all have daddy and father issues, and that's why they're really mad at God. See you on other podcasts. This Thought We Talk About It. Subscribe. Have a great day. Roxy Carter.